But first, as we do every Tuesday at this time, we unleash that snarling pit bull who is the LA City watchdog, Jack Humphreville. Let's unleash him. Well, I always take some of that meat that Terry Ray Elmer found on our front porch this morning, throw it over the fence first, and then I go unleash him. Jack Humphreville, how are you, sir?
I'm very well this morning, Doug.
You got two great things to talk about this morning. Jack's column, by the way, LA City Watchdog, you can find it at CityWatchLA.com, and you should read it every week because there's important stuff there. Let's start with something really genuinely positive. Our buddy Jay Bieber, who we met a couple of years ago when he went after the red light cameras that were issuing $500 tickets, moving violations. And he proved to the LA Police Commission that they not only didn't make intersections and the streets safer, they actually made some of them more dangerous.
He did an excellent job on that.
He knows his stuff. And he's not, so now Jay has turned his attention to another issue, which is the parking meters. And he along with a guy named Stephen Vincent, have put together a ballot measure called the Los Angeles Parking Freedom Initiative. Tell us about it, and this thing is really getting traction.
Well, it's interesting. Stephen Vincent started this thing off, and it didn't take too much to get Jay Bieber, involved in this. And, you have two people here that are, they have their act together. Jay was very successful on the red light situation, as you know, and he just kept after it and after it. And they eventually came to a negotiated solution on this, which hopefully is going to happen here. But these guys have identified something that really honks every Angelino off. Over the last 5, 6, 7 years, parking fines have gone up. The average ticket has gone from $30 to $60. They seem like they're the meter maids are all over the joint, ticketing you left and right. The street clean, when your streets are supposed to be clean, they ticket you even if the street cleaner doesn't come that day. So they've hit a real hot button issue here. At the same time, they've increased the parking fee, the fines by $50 million or whatever the magic number is. The rates on our meters have more than doubled. And then you compound that with all sorts of other things like the parking users tax. It's a profit center for the city.
Well, that's all it is. In fact, to me, the whole concept of parking meters is an antiquated notion. The whole theory, and we talked to Jay Bieber about this a couple of weeks ago. The whole theory behind parking meters is you'd put the parking meters out there to circulate parking for retail shoppers, store owners. You wouldn't have people park their car and leave it there all day long and tie up parking. But to me, that's such a nonsensical concept. Nobody that I know is going to park in front of a store, and then the only people who would do that would be people working in the stores, in which case the boss would say, "Move your car, idiot, that's for customers." The only idea that someone's going to park their car in front of a meter and then abandon it for 11 hours or something to tie up the space. People are busy. They dip in, drop off the dry cleaning, and they go. They run in, grab a sandwich at lunch, and they go. But nonetheless, this has become a huge $100 million increase alone just in fines. The city's bringing in $300 million a year in parking revenue, and that doesn't even include the $100 million that they get at the airport, Staples Center, or the convention center.
Well, in terms of this whole issue, you talked about Terry Ray getting rid of the red meat off the porch. This issue is red meat for all the activists and for any normal person here in Los Angeles. If this thing ever made it to the ballot, it'd be a home run. You're talking probably 75% in about a nanosecond.
Well, it's going to make the ballot because we got a lot of time and we're going to work on this with Jay. This should be something that the folks get to vote on. That's exactly right. Hey, thanks, Jack. Jack Humphreville, LA City Watchdog. Read his stuff at CityWatchLA.com. Talk Radio 790 KABC.